Kathy with 3-Minute Piano Lessons. So we were just finishing up learning CDE, and with these videos you'll get this a blank staff page, so you can actually practice drawing with a pencil on those blank pages. You can practice drawing G clefs, you can practice drawing the F clefs as well, just filling in the measures. And you can practice drawing notes that I'm giving you. So we finished the last video. I introduced you to all the names on this keyboard. And by the way, a full keyboard, that pattern just keeps going. There are no new notes or no new names of keys. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it just starts over again, okay? So that's kind of nice when you're starting to learn piano. So here we learned middle C, D, and E. So let's just continue on, and I want you to start practicing when this first couple videos of writing the notes I'm giving you and putting them in different formats on the page or in your Notion program. I hope that you've pulled that up and you have it ready to go and that you're already playing in it and learning. So you'll have your choice. You'll see that there's a place there where you can find quarter notes or half notes or whole notes. In order to be successful on the Notion program, you have to know a little bit about piano and how to read the notes and what the terms mean. And so, because it's definitely written for musicians. So, but it's friendly and I'll help you as you go. So as I said, you'll find a place that looks like a quarter note. Just press on that, it'll open up, or click on it, and you'll have choice to use quarter notes, or like I said, half notes, whole notes. There's even a place you can add a dot when we get to that place. Right now, let's keep it simple and let's just work with quarter notes, okay? So what I want to show you is, so we have this long line, right? So we use these lines to divide up all those long lines, okay? Now these are called measures. These are called bar lines, and in between the bar lines, they're called measures, okay? So here's measure 1, measure 2, measure 3. Now, another thing we need to know, or you need to know, is something called the time signature. So I've already introduced the quarter note. Quarter note gets 1 beat. A half note will get 2 beats, and so on. And we'll learn that. We'll go slow, and we'll learn, and we'll write as we'll go. And you can see how you can come up with different patterns just with CDE as you practice putting it into your Notion program or writing it out on the staff pages that are available to you with my videos. So let's say we're going to start, let's do something different and start with E, okay? Because we're just working with CDE. That's middle C, okay? Middle C. Middle C looks like this. Remember, quarter notes are dark. We're going to put a line through it. It has its own special line. C, okay? And, I was going to write E. Well, I have a C up there. There's your C. So, C and D and E. And maybe that's the easiest way right now if you're really brand new to notes. And I was going to put up a 3, 4. 3, 4. You know what 3, 4 means? It means that there's 3 beats to the measure, and the bottom 4 means the quarter note gets 1 beat. So you need to say that till it rolls off your tongue. 3 beats to the measure, quarter note gets 1 beat. So in other words, in each one of these measures, you're only allowed 3 beats. If you have too many beats, well, if you're on the Notion program, it'll come up off-colored, like a funny color of pink or purplish, whatever you're trying to put in there. It means that they don't like the rest that you put in there, or the note. Maybe you needed a quarter note instead of a half note, something like that. So there's a heads up on the Notion program as well. So C, D, E. So let's mix that up and let's put D, C, with its own special line, and E. Okay, so C, So this time we're playing D first, C, and then E. So the D would come first, the C, and then the E. And then you can choose however you want them to be arranged here. So C, D, E. So I would want you to just start practicing on the staff papers available with you on the videos that I'm producing to practice drawing bar lines. You can use a little ruler. They look nicer. Start putting in G clef and F clef, even though it's there on the page. It's good to practice them. I always start from the bottom up and go up and over, give it a big tummy, and I wrap it around. This happens to be the G line that it's wrapped around, line number 2. And then where the dot goes above and below this line is called the F line. Thus you have the F clef. So there's some things that, now if you followed my 3-minute videos, which you should, this would just reinforce everything we're doing here. And if I forget to say something, it's probably in a video there. So anyway, C, D, E, and however you choose to write it here. Now, we could do a half note. A half note gets 2 beats. I told you that. So we could choose a E here, quarter note, and we could end with a half note, C. And by the way, if you start in C and you end on C, it kind of makes it sound like you just played your own little tune. So there's a clue in writing music as well. So, so you would count that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You would hold your half note. So, so I don't want to give you too much all at once. And I want it to go in, so if we did the C, D, E, and we added F and G to this, we would have to erase, well, we could turn them into eighth notes, but that's going too fast, so let's not do that. I've introduced the half note. By the way, in doing this, let's just stick with this. I could take a half note, and I could turn this D. I have to get rid of 2 of them if I'm going to do that. I could turn this D into a half note as well. So remember, that's that D. So you would hold that one for 2 beats. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So change it around. Have some fun with it. Get used to your Notion program. Or just go to your piano and find the sets of 2s like I've shown in the first video, and the sets of 3s, and get used to being able to quickly name all those keys so that when you sit down at the piano and you point to that note, you know right off what it is. You don't have to go back and try to figure out, well, that's the set of 3s, so that must be A. And so you can get used to doing that and just get used to it. So that's why I don't like to go too fast and be too overwhelming with notes. So we're, again, just to review, you have your G clef, your F clef. We're working right now with just the right hand. 3 beats to the measure. Quarter note gets 1 beat. So we have all quarter notes here, so you would count it 1, 2, 3. Half note gets 2 beats, and it's white with a stem. That happens to be a D because it's in the D space. Remember? Line, space, line. That's how the notes move on the staff. So that D, you would hold that key down for 2 beats. 1, 2. Then you'd play the C. Now probably I would put, one thing I didn't cover earlier is our finger number. So quick review. Finger 1 is your thumb. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So with this, playing this, if you have your own piano and not the Notion program, then you would put your thumb on C and play finger 2 on the D and finger 3 on E. And you're actually in C position. I haven't given you the full 5-finger C position, and so we'll do that in the next video and just move on learning keys and getting comfortable with our 3 beats to the measure. That's your assignment for right now. I'd like you just to work on that